Now, a couple of times each month, we sit down with our area coaches in our No Days Off segments. To start November, I sat down with Walleye head coach Dan Watson as the Fish are off to one of their best starts in franchise history. In our third segment, Coach Watson reflects on transitioning from a player to coach.
So when I was doing research for this interview, I found one of your first trading cards.
Perfect.
And on it, it's described you as, let me find it.
This could be interesting.
Here's this one.
Oh yeah. That was an all-star. That was an all-star
one.
Back
there
in
was
the day.
one that I wanted to read you. There's so many, by the way. You've got a ton of them.
I played in a few places in my day. I can say that.
It said, ultra reliable, stay-at-home defender who rarely gets beat one-on-one, effectively moves the puck. What would your coaching card say? Not your description of your resume, but what would it describe you as?
For me, I think very detailed, extremely prepared, loves to come to the rink and teach every day. I think that's what it would say. And I think if you ask our players right now, I want to create an atmosphere back there that players love to come to the rink. I think it's a healthy environment. I think players get better in that type of environment. I'm not a screamer, I'm not a yeller in terms of behind the scenes, maybe out here to the referees at times.
Yeah, it happens.
But it does happen, but that's the competitive nature of the sport and of myself. But I think just having that positive environment, and I had a lot of coaches be very, very influential on where I am today, and a lot of it was due to behind the scenes. And so I pride myself on being detailed, being prepared, and having good habits while I'm at the rink as well.
Was it difficult transitioning from a player to a coach? I'm sure you still wanted to get out there. A little bit of you was itching to play.
You know what? I guess, there's sometimes guys step right into a coaching role, a skill development role. For myself, when I ended my career in Toledo, I went home. The birth of our daughter was happening in September. Our season ended in April, and so obviously that was a transition right away. There was no hockey for me in Cleveland at the time to be a part of outside of a skill development company called Puck Masters, which Mike Wilson ran. So I worked with him for 2 years on the skill development side, teaching one-on-ones, but I wasn't within a team atmosphere. So I think I had the ability to step away for a couple years, that when I got right back into it, I was hungry to learn and become a coach. Yeah, I still felt I could go out there and be better than some of the defensemen we had. But with that said, I think, you realize, guys understand and realize when the end is coming. I knew at 27 years old with a bad shoulder that my end was near. I think the family life certainly took hold. Those 2 years that I stopped playing was definitely something that I enjoyed and got my mind away from hockey. So that way when 09-10, when September of 2009 I was introduced as the assistant coach, I was ready to go and I was excited to get back into it.
What is your ultimate goal coaching? Obviously we love you here and we'd love for you to stay forever, but what do you want to do?
I get that question all the time, and my ultimate goal, and I can be truthful in saying this, is I want to be the best coach I can possibly be. And if that means staying in Toledo for 20 years, that's what it means. If it means getting to the American League, getting to the NHL in some type of coaching role, I will take that. But for me, it's just be the best coach I can be. Right now, I'm going to be the best coach I can be here in Toledo and still learn and still grow. And that's one thing about this organization. As a staff, we have the luxury of having these types of resources that allow us to get better. And so it's not staying here because I've been here 11 years. It's not stale. It's not stagnant. We still have the ability to grow and continue to become better coaches.